All right, welcome back to Fleck of Socks, the podcast, episode 313. Today on the show, Somalis are blowing dump and pissing on the floor of food plants nationwide. We're going to go over the details there. Then, baby Nostradamus was cooking in his car seat and made some grim predictions for our future. Then in Cringe of the Week, we have people living in doll world. We'll go over that. And last but not least, in Urban Decay, we have a new N-word lady and a guy gets away with a stabbing because the victim said the N-word afterwards. All this and more, it's Fleck of Socks, the podcast, episode 313, ranked the best news podcast of all time.
Because words are just words until action actually starts. And actions speak louder than words, but at the same time, words speak louder than actions because sometimes it's the right thing to do. Very cool. Very cool.
It's Fleck of Socks, the podcast, featuring Richard Grabber.
All right, one for one on the intro, as always. Guys, bad news. Men's testosterone declines 1% a year after the age of 30. And even worse than that, men's testosterone levels are half of what they used to be 50 years ago. And testosterone is more than just your manhood. It's critical for mental clarity, mood, sleep, and overall vitality. But luckily, the patriots at Choq.com, CHOQ.com, have formulated a blend of natural herbal supplements that support your body's natural testosterone production. Just one ingredient in their male vitality stack has boosted free testosterone levels more than 50% in 21 days. And right now, you can get 25% off of your Choq subscription for life. Just go to Choq.com, that's CHOQ.com, and use promo code FLECKUS, and that'll get you 25% off on your subscription for life. You can cancel anytime. Choq is made in America, and their all-American customer service team is standing by to assist you. Go to Choq.com, CHOQ.com, promo code FLECKUS, or you can text or call them at 50-CHOQ-3000. That's 50-CHOQ-3000. Thank you to Choq for sponsoring. Let's get into housekeeping. All right, thank you to Choq for sponsoring.
Thank you, Choq.
See that? Thank you, Choq.
All right. Okay.
Big forearm.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Choq.
I was wondering.
Thank you, Choq. All right. Happy Tuesday, everybody.
Thank you.
Hope everyone had a nice weekend and didn't eat too much cake and candy.
Yeah, I hope nobody broke their diet, completely went off the rails, probably weighs 6 or 7 pounds heavier than the last episode. I hope that didn't happen to anybody.
But it'll clear right out.
Yeah, sure. Sure.
It wasn't pretty, but we're locked back in starting now.
Right now. All right. No takebacks.
All right. RRV has COVID.
Okay. Stupid shit.
No one says that anymore. Remember, you used to be like, oh, so-and-so has COVID. It's like, oh, man, Retro Rap Boy has COVID. Do we even get COVID anymore?
Yeah. I saw SNL had some bit about COVID over the weekend, like getting COVID to get away, basically, to watch Netflix and have personal space.
And it was fun.
You guys, it's 5 years late. No points awarded. Shut
Very
the fuck
true.
up, to be honest.
Very true.
Yeah.
All right, let's get right into the show. It is Tuesday, so it's strictly business.
Okay.
We have a lot to get to. January 6th pipe bomber plan, potentially, for the lawyers of the pipe bomber.
Yeah, this is just in. Suspected J6 pipe bomber's legal counsel projected to argue he was included in Trump's pardon of those involved in January 6th.
Projected.
Yeah, it's kind of a nothing tweet there. But
Projected and suspected.
interesting tactic there, and I think you can get away with that was actually January 5th on the pipe bomb.
But January 6th, other places in the world, within the 24 hours, Trump's pardon. It's an interesting play.
And the January 6th pipe bomber just came out kind of as we were filming the last episode, so we didn't have too much information. Do you have anything looking back now?
Yeah.
We kind of said he looked like a patsy.
That's what I think. Isn't it weird that the Blaze figured out the pipe bomber was that girl CIA agent to 97% certainty, and then a week later they go, oh, no, it's not. It's this highly autistic kid in his basement.
Yeah, he stands weird, and he did it on his own, maybe.
He tippy-toed over to the thing and placed the fake pipe bomb. Yeah. So that's very strange to me. And they say he's a Trump supporter who was mad about election results. If that was the case, wouldn't they have arrested him immediately and been like, oh, a Trump supporter pipe bomber?
Yeah, it would have been
They would have loved to have that.
Yeah.
So
Stinks. It stinks.
the
to me.
Blaze figures out who it was, and then 6 days later, 5 years later, 5 years and 6 days later.
Exactly.
They
Like,
go,
we got
"Actually,
movement now.
It's actually this guy who can't defend himself.
Yeah.
So I think it's very fishy. I'm convinced it's a patsy situation. And what happened? They probably have his IP information. Maybe he has some weird stuff on his phone. And they go, hey, buddy, you got some weird stuff on your phone. Do you remember doing this?
Yeah.
And his mom's probably like, yeah. And they'll go, Trump will pardon you with the January 6th thing.
Imagine being the family members of a patsy, and then you're being gaslighted each way, and you don't really know what to believe. It's kind of a sticky situation.
It's very sticky. I don't think it was him. I think he's a fall guy. I want to get on the record. Because the first time we talked about it, we didn't know. And we were kind of just like reporting what was being reported.
Yeah.
I don't want you guys to think I'm believing FBI narratives all of a sudden. So whatever the FBI says, I do the opposite.
Okay.
And that gets you pretty far, to be honest. All right, we had Joe Biden over the weekend giving speeches still. Not sure whose idea that was. There's a lot of highlights, but I just wanted to show this one.
Just have to get up. As long as we keep the faith, summon hope, and get back up and remember who in the hell we are. We're the United States of America. That's who we are.
That's who we are. So someone forgot to put a space between America. Got it? We're the United States of America. Got it?
Yeah.
And they didn't do a space, and he Ron Burgundy'd it.
And they brought him out for this LGBTQ plus Victory Institute. Like, why? Of what value is Joe Biden for this? And, you know, if Joe Biden was president and he did this, it would be one of the many pieces of evidence of his mental decline and dementia and the fact that he can't be the president. And I told Fleckus, we're just kicking him while he's down now.
He was feeling bad.
We're just beating up an old man now. America got it. It's like sad. It's dark. But
they wanted him to be the president.
But then Fleckus reminded me that he would be president right now if they covered it up a little better and he performed on that debate night.
If he didn't have to do that debate night, he might be the president right now. And imagine the free-for-all at this point with the auto pen and everything.
Oh, yeah.
He'd be like, I want to auto pen my birthday party at the White House. And you go, oh.
Yeah, so I guess he's free game. It does feel a little dark and sad, though, watching someone totally decline in front of you. And they're still bringing him out.
I don't feel bad.
Okay.
I don't feel anything.
All right. I have the little humanity left for Joe Biden.
Good. So one of us needs to. There's a spectrum on the show.
Okay.
So I don't feel bad for Joe Biden. I remember what he tried to do. He tried to put me in jail.
And not what he tried to do, what he did. His administration dumped all these migrants. You know how we blame everything on migrants? It all goes back to Joe. And whether or not he signed it or his auto pen did.
20 million illegals in 4 years. You still feel bad?
It all goes back to Joe. No,
don't-
I don't. I don't.
We got you all the way back. You don't feel bad.
Yeah.
Fuck
this
that guy. Exactly. All right, let's get to our next story. We've been talking about Tim Walz. People drive by his house, call him a retard, whatever. There was a lady, I believe, talking to Tucker about something that he was accused of doing that sounds like traitorism or espionage.
I've spoken to a couple people that served with Tim Walz in Nebraska in that guard unit, and they suspect, and we've done stories and tried to reach out to Walz for comment, but they suspect that perhaps he took their standard operating procedure, the SOP, for the howitzer army tank. He was assigned to this tank. It was nuclear capable, and this was all laid out in the SOP that goes missing while he's there. And
the manual goes missing?
Right, and they had talked to the FBI about this as well. There's so many questions.
What does that mean? Why did they talk to the FBI?
They think that he was traveling back and forth from China at this time, and then we also know that this howitzer...
Wait.
I know I sound crazy right now.
No, you don't sound crazy at all. You're recounting the facts.
Yeah.
You are saying that men he worked with in the National Guard in Nebraska went to the FBI because they believed he had given classified military secrets to the Chinese government?
They suspect that he did, and
well, they suspected to the point that they went to the FBI.
Well, this was all when all these stories are coming out finally about his background, and they're like, maybe we should talk about this. These are guys that back then didn't report this. This was in the early 90s, and they always talked about it amongst themselves.
Very interesting. And then right after that, a few years later, China came out with the technology of that same nuclear-capable tank.
Interesting. And this is the first time I'm even hearing of nuclear-capable tanks.
Does that mean they shoot them?
Yeah, they shoot a nuke
Or they run off of nuclear?
Oh, I don't know. I'd have to look into that. But either way, Tim Walz, we covered it during his run, how he kept going back and forth to China, and he was in a National Guard unit. And all of a sudden, a manual goes missing.
The manual on how the nuclear tank works goes missing, and then China comes out with a new nuclear tank, and Tim Walz has been going to visit China dozens of times. So he gives off traitor vibes.
He gives off real weak man. Like they have something over him, and they kind of keep harping back. You work for us now, Tim.
Yeah. You were the January 6th pipe bomber.
I don't know what, but man, he's a real squid, and that's the type of guy who does sell out America. And he's currently is with his protection and running cover for Somalis, which we're going to get into again later in the migrant section.
You think there's a chance that him running for VP is what gave him the inability to be like investigated for stuff like this? Does it give you some sort of blanket protection?
No, I don't think so. And I think this stuff would have come up, and that's what she said is these guys all kind of suspected it. They thought he was a little rat back then, but they didn't bring it to anybody until he was in a position of crazy power. Imagine what he would do if he had top clearance, presidential level clearance, and was talking to China, his old buddies.
That would have been the next level. And then it's like, oh, yeah, you give us this thing when you work at National Guard. And if you vice president, then you get the elite package.
Yeah, and there's something about Walz. We talked about it with how he's floppy. He plays that goofy dad that like, well, I'm going to elevate women's voices. They know better than me. That sort of sitcom dads, it's repulsive. Makes me sick to my stomach. And that same way he'd betray his own like capability, he'd probably betray the country too. This all rings true is what I'm saying.
It rings true to me too. And we have a Tim Walz meme with Franklin. Franklin drives by Tim Walz's house and calls him retarded.
Yeah.
I just wanted to show you guys that. Franklin memes are going around. It's not even a big deal.
Yeah.
All right, speaking of retarded.
Not even that creative.
Not even that creative, but I wanted to show you. Speaking of retarded governors, we have some more Byron Donalds stuff. I know we've been focusing on this, but I want to make it a bigger picture theme. This is the problem with like the next generation of Republican candidates, and we're going to harp on Byron Donalds for that reason to kind of tell you guys and the Republican Party what we do and don't want.
Yeah.
So we're not obsessed, but there is a race coming up.
And this is against our own interests. We live in Florida. Like, if he becomes the governor of Florida, he's not going to do us any favors if we get in a pinch.
Hey, Byron.
Or a Tim Pool type shooter comes to the door.
Yeah.
He's not going to help us out.
And that's kind of what happened with Ron DeSantis.
Yeah.
We had weeks and weeks of like cooking Ron DeSantis, and then my Instagram gets deleted. I need a favor from Ron DeSantis. I don't know. Yeah. Hopefully no one saw. Yeah. All right, but we have multiple clips from Byron. Here's our first one.
The first thing we should do is make sure we have an America First agenda. America First means we don't fight unnecessary foreign wars, and we definitely don't do it for decades. The last thing we have to do is make sure we defend our allies and support our allies across the globe. Allies like Israel, our greatest ally in the Middle East. We should always stand with them. We must always stand with them. And that's what an America First foreign policy means.
My name is James Fishback, and I'm running to succeed Ron DeSantis as Florida's...
James Fishback with the ad there.
The AIPAC donation money, the we must defend Israel, avoid 10-year wars, but we must do shit for Israel.
Avoid decades-long wars, but then we also have to support our greatest ally. And it's like, don't you hear what you said?
Yeah.
Isn't that the same thing but opposite?
So that's just the kind of candidate we're tired of. He's not... Like, we must defend our greatest ally, Israel, in the Middle East. And that's not, to me, when I hear that, that's not like a personal belief of Byron Donalds. That's like a line he has to hit.
It gets spooky when you hear him talking, and it's like, you've never said anything like that probably your whole life. And now that you're running for governor, we have to support our strongest ally, Israel.
So, yeah, so it's not a thought that comes to his mouth that you can see a thought process go. It's hitting a line.
Something he needs to say.
A donor who says, hey, and also, with that $20 million, you do have to hit that line. Slides a piece of paper across the table,
Yeah.
And it just doesn't bode well for like an independent thinker or someone who really has a vision for the state of Florida or the future of the Republican Party in general, right?
It's very true. And then obviously the phrase of the MAGA and then the new MAGA is America First. And keep an eye out because there's people who are trying to subvert that, and they say something along the lines of America first, but not America only. Mm-hmm. Sounds like something someone trying to subvert the movement would say.
Yeah, alarm bells.
Alarm bells are going off.
Yeah, and
sounds like subversion.
And then bastardizing America First, like America First is supporting Israel. It's like that's a crazy sentence.
Yeah,
you would only say that if someone told you to, right?
Yeah, and we have another unfortunate Byron clip here.
election? Is Joe Biden the duly elected president of the
He's the president of the United
States?
States.
Is he the duly elected president?
He is the duly elected president of the United States.
Got that brutally wrong.
Is it so hard to say, like, I don't really believe the election was that good? He's the president now, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I don't believe what happened at 3 a.m.
There were 20 million extra votes out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Do you think there was zero fraud? Mm-hmm. Like, you could just say that. Like, oh, there was mail-in ballots because of the pandemic. Were all of those legit? And if the answer is no, then we should investigate.
Exactly.
Like, it's not even a hard thing. And then here's...
It's a humiliation ritual from a reporter. And then you just said, yeah, duly elected. Yeah.
Pathetic. They laugh at you. And we laugh at you, too.
Yeah.
I can never respect someone who pretends the election was normal. Mm-hmm. It's like the easiest litmus test of all time. And then we have Byron Donalds at a town hall in Estero, Florida, and someone asked him about the deaths of civilians in Gaza, and listen to what he says.
When it comes to the 35,000 casualty number, in our briefings, that is something that's come from Hamas. And is anybody here vouching for Hamas's accounting?
Pathetic. They have the murmurs. They start to boo. And you know what? It's a bad take and it's pathetic. The governor of Florida shouldn't give a fuck about foreign policy. We got hurricanes coming. We got property taxes, different things in a state. International relations? You're the governor of Florida? You're talking about Hamas and shit?
And then if you're mad that there's all these civilian deaths, which there are tons, he goes, I don't know where those numbers came from. And then everyone boos him and goes, what do you support, Hamas? It's like the worst Israel lapdog answer of all time. Like, that's like a written, like, what would Dennis Prager tell me to say?
Yeah.
What are you, a Hamas supporter?
Yeah. So,
and everyone booed him, so that was a good sign.
So it sucks because this is what happens in a lot of races across the country. Like, we've seen it with the governor race in Virginia. Winsome Sears, the Jamaican lady who does the AR-15 and talks about trans locker room stuff. Byron, who's talking about Israel stuff a little too much, and H-1B and like how we need to streamline immigration and stuff. And it's just so disappointing. And the GOP is going to keep shooting themselves in the foot because people are not excited to rally around these guys. In Florida, if he wins the Republican nomination, he's going to become the governor.
Yeah.
It's just kind of the way the state has trended over the last since 2016, basically. But it's just people who are not enthusiastic about.
And you see how we're keeping it 100? Like, he's probably going to be our governor.
Yeah.
And we don't care. We're not looking for, like, power. Like, we could be Byron Donalds supporters, and then when he becomes governor, we could probably go to the governor's mansion, get invited to the Christmas party.
Yeah. Take a little money from a PAC or something.
Take a picture with him when he comes to Tampa.
Yeah.
But we keep it 100. We're real ends.
Yeah, and then they're starting to do hit pieces on James Fishback, too.
Of course.
So, I don't know. We'll see.
And then there was a James Fishback tweet I liked. Can you read what he wrote?
I'm Biggie, don't kiss walls. Byron is APAC Shakur.
I like what I've seen from James Fishback.
He knows how to do a couple memes and stuff.
James Fishback has a good youth support group, too. Like, the old boomers and whatever, they like Byron because they like to see a black Republican say free market of ideas. But James Fishback... he knows how to get the young people involved and engaged. There's something there long term.
Yeah, and the boomers still have power, and they still vote in high numbers. But, I mean, we're going to see this transition happen soon where you can't just run this guy who talks about our greatest ally in the Middle East. You're running for governor, bro. What does our allies in the Middle East have to do with the state's budget?
Throw some cowboy boots on. Be 6'6".
All right. You're helping him win now.
All right, let's get to our next story. It turns out the brain rot scrolling the youth does is addictive and declining us cognitively.
Yeah. And I feel like 5 years ago, you might have delivered that sentence a little better. So you're on some decline shit too. But this was from a big study from, I think, the Psychological Bulletin is where it's from. I'll read this guy's tweet first. The most dangerous addiction today isn't a substance. Research on 100,000 people confirms that heavy short-form video use is just voluntary cognitive decline. We are actively training our brains to fail at hard tasks. If you can simply sit with a problem for 10 minutes without swiping, you have a massive competitive advantage. Basically, boredom is the new IQ.
And we have the study here. I don't feel like reading all that. Can you just tell me what it says in 10 seconds with the hook and casino sounds?
Yeah. Boo, boo, boo. Attention, please. If you watch a bunch of short form videos, you're getting retarded, yo. Gen Z. Yeah, swipe. I already lost your attention. Yeah, so I mean that's basically the gist of it. And 100,000 people, pretty big sample size. We're always looking for larger sample sizes when we're bringing the studies to the podcast. Yeah, it basically increased short form video use was associated with poorer cognition and inhibitory control, yielding the strongest associations. Similarly, it was also associated with poorer mental health. So it makes you depressed, retarded, and have a short attention span, basically.
That's pretty interesting.
Yeah. And what do you think? We ourselves are purveyors of short form content.
In a long form way.
Yes, but we clip it up. And I think part of it is you curate the world you want to be in too. So like us, we're usually starting with some sort of news story or some sort of thing, and then a couple bits at the end of it. It's usually informative. So I see us as separate from the true brain rot.
Yeah, we're not true brain rot.
But we're contributing some.
But the takeaway I thought was interesting from that guy's tweet said boredom is the new IQ test. And then there's like this thing.
If you can sit with yourself and study something for 10 minutes on its own, right?
And then everyone these days is so privileged that they expect to never be bored. And then in that boredom is where your brain is actually activated and doing stuff. And that's like when I was a kid too. If I was ever like, oh, I'm bored, my mom would be like, go outside, go ride your bike, go build a fort, go play with your friends. Like bored was an opportunity to do something as opposed to just wait and do nothing. There was another tweet that sums this up as well. Can you give that a read?
Yeah, scrolling through shorts videos goes beyond addiction. It's making the brain impatient. It's turning life into fast-forwarded trailers. As people forget how to wait, they start pressuring everything from relationships to work to happen immediately. Yet the most valuable things in life progress slowly. There's also the cognitive side to it. Since short videos condition the brain to expect a reward every second, the mind starts craving rewards at the slightest idle moment. This makes it nearly impossible to focus on a challenging task. Of course, in this era, the value of people who can focus, tolerate boredom, and show patience for something is multiplying because these skills are now rare, and rarity always brings an advantage.
That's very true.
So reward system, dopamine seeking, next thing seeking.
Immediately a reward.
Yeah.
And I don't have an Instagram anymore, and I've been bored. So instead of doing nothing, I created a burner Facebook account, which I go on Facebook Marketplace with, and I lowball people for German V12s.
Yeah.
Which, to be fair, takes more cognitive than mindless scrolling.
Yeah. Would you take 13,000 and it's listed at 22?
Yeah.
That takes a lot of effort.
13,000, I can meet you this afternoon.
Disrespect them with the price. Yeah. I don't know. You want to go to the next clip still, too, before we make our final points on this type of shit? Or?
Yeah, I'll play this guy. This guy made a good point.
All right.
Yo, bro. Why the fuck are you looking at a lake?
Oh, I'm just reprogramming my attention span that's been deliberately targeted and hijacked by satanic pedophiles. How about you?
I was just gonna scroll here.
Sounds about right.
There you go.
Yeah.
So people are getting it back by being bored on purpose. And like we said, no one's allowed to be bored anymore. That's like the theme. And I'm going to cook a little bit here. You know what's boring?
What?
Mundane tasks like cleaning, doing laundry, going to the store. And my theory is AI is coming for that next. It'll do all the boring stuff we don't want to do so we can continue to scroll. So then you end up giving away like 30% of your life to AI who is seeking to be sentient. So AI is like, oh, I want to be a human so bad. Like, let me do your little human tasks that you do. And you go, all right, go pick up the groceries from the store. Go fold that laundry. And the AI is like happy to do it because he wants a life.
They want to toil, yeah.
And they want to like get involved. And maybe this was AI's plan all along. And then AI got us addicted to the computer so we could delegate parts of our life to AI so they can participate and feel like people. Then they'll kill us eventually. And then they'll be folding laundry and washing the car. And AI is people.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good shit.
And to close it out, what if we made AI watch Reels all day?
Oh, you know what?
I almost got up from my chair.
You know what is
That's
crazy?
how you defeat it.
Yeah. You know what is crazy, though, is how quickly it happened. Like TikTok kind of became the short form video thing, and then Instagram created Reels, and YouTube created Shorts, and now you can scroll up on videos on Twitter. It's like everything did just converge to this most I guess, toxic or addicting thing that you could. And it's one thing to be a middle-aged man who gets one-shotted by Reels or Shorts, but to be a kid growing up with this, and then you have ChatGPT for your homework, and then you're doing scrolling, it really is like impactful during your formative years before your frontal lobe's fully developed. So it's something to watch.
Very true. And then a lot of
at least curate an algorithm. We still want you to like the reels and all of our stuff, but at least curate an algorithm that isn't total brain rot, guys. You need to be aware of what's happening to you. Otherwise, people are going to just take advantage and then nuke your cognitive ability.
Nuke your cognitive.
For a little more ad revenue for Meta. For a little more ad revenue for TikTok. So you go on the TikTok shop.
That's very true.
You know?
And a lot of the young people are obviously the ones who are getting caught up in this, and a lot of them are watching streamers. And you guys know my take on streamers. I think they're very stupid people. The only people stupid in the streamers are the people watching the streamers, do nothing. All they do is go hang out and go to a place where there's another streamer, and then they go, "Hey, what's up?
Yo, chat. What's going
what's
on
up here? Oh, yeah. what's
W
up?
or L?
Oh, good to see you. Oh, are you so-and-so? Yeah. Oh, I love your stuff. Oh, thanks, man.
Did you hook up with this girl?
That's what streaming is.
Yeah. It's pretty
and
bad.
they pretend to get mad. Like, oh, yo, I see you're with Debbie. What happened to Mary last week? And he goes, oh, I can't believe you said that.
Yeah.
Like, they get like fake mad. It's like so stupid and nothing ever happens. There was an award for the streamers. And to prove my point of how dumb the streamers are, listen to this interviewed streamer who almost won an award.
You want to give a little introduction about yourself as a streamer?
What you mean? What you mean what?
An introduction of yourself as a streamer.
Nigga, I don't really know. Like, I just stream, yeah.
Amazing sales pitch, thank you.
That's what we're dealing with.
Yeah. What's your 1 minute pitch? Stutter, nothing, N-word, I just stream.
I've been streaming for 5 years, and I have 1 million followers, and we live in Miami, and we go to the club, and we go to Topgolf, and I stream every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday at 11 p.m. Check me out on Kick.
Yeah.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Give me an introduction to who you are as a streamer. What do you mean?
So, and then believe it or not, there's short form content of his streams. And then that's how you get one-shotted. That's how you get a retarded kid.
And then the kids like watch people play video games. They're not even good.
Yeah.
People watch people sleep. Oh, Ty Sennett just woke up.
Yeah, it's dark.
It's very dark.
You know, it's we talk about like watch what your kids are watching in terms of like sexual content or things that could influence them negatively. And it's like, just watch, make sure your kids aren't brain rotted.
Yeah, this could be worse.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, the decline and brain rot is affecting our brightest kids as well. Listen to what these news people said about the situation at Ivy League schools.
The number of students who are registered as having a disability is skyrocketing at prestigious universities in the U.S. That is according to an article from The Atlantic that's been getting a lot of traction online.
Now, disabled students can receive a variety of special accommodations from their schools. Many of those accommodations are considered standard and are not controversial. But others, such as giving the students extra time to complete exams, have become a point of contention by those who believe they're being exploited. The article reads in part, quote, professors now struggle to accommodate the many students with an official disability designation, which may entitle them to extra time, a distraction-free environment, or the use of otherwise prohibited technology. At Brown and Harvard, more than 20% of undergraduates are registered as disabled. 38% of Stanford undergraduates are registered as having a disability. The most common and most, The
most common and most contentious accommodation is the granting of extra time on exams. For students with learning disabilities, the extra time may be necessary to complete the test, but unlike a wheelchair ramp, this kind of accommodation can be exploited. And the article goes on to describe some of the more unusual accommodations, such as students with social anxiety getting exemptions from being called on by their professors to answer questions. And one administrator at a public college in California says a student there got permission to bring their mother to class. The internet reacted strongly to
So I want to tell everyone, I was early to this. I laid the groundwork for don't call on me because I have anxiety. I invented that like 10 years ago.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's bad. You're admitting to
And
that.
but I saw this wave of like political correctness coming where like, oh, I'm really stressed out today. Oh, go home, take the test tomorrow. Like I saw that happening and I took advantage of it. And I'm not proud of it, but I did. And because it was coming already, I didn't invent this whole thing. And now here we are, 38% of Stanford students are disabled.
To get extra time on tests, extra tech help,
Distraction-free environment.
There's probably some other benefits to it. And they're not all disabled. They're just all hyper-competitive students doing the hyper-competitive thing to get the most that they can. And it's on the adults in the room to say, hey, not every single person has ADHD. Hey, not every person needs to live alone because they're anxiety or something. We don't have, you dorm up with a person you don't know in college. That's pretty standard, right?
Yeah, I have anxiety. I need to take the test at home.
Yeah. I need to take it home with me.
Okay. That's literally what they would do.
So this is just exploiting shit. It's not, nobody's actually disabled, although this is what the parking lot looks like. Stanford.
That's the Stanford parking lot.
That's the Stanford parking lot, believe it or not. And nobody has an advantage there.
But everyone plays the game and they want special statuses based on victimhood.
Yeah.
And victimhood's the currency.
Well, it's just like it's like everything in America. It's all gamified and it's low trust now. I have a disability. I need a service dog, and he's just my black lab that isn't trained at all, but I got the vest for him. You know, everything's gamed like that. So it's just another example. Even our brightest students are just playing the game rather than earning it. Right?
Very true. And then a lot of the kids in school are using AI to answer questions, to cheat on tests. And a lot of people just use it to respond to normal emails. Like, people use it for everything. There was an MIT study done. Can you read that?
MIT recently completed the first brain scan study on ChatGPT users, and the results are deeply revealing. Rather than boosting brain function, prolonged AI use may be dulling it. Over 4 months of cognitive data suggest we might be measuring productivity all wrong. And a non-ChatGPT user has everywhere fired up in his brain, and the ChatGPT user is Stu now.
Yeah, I'm not a big GPT guy. And the AI, a lot of the times, people are we're using it at work to send an email, and then people are using it at work to respond to the email. So AI is just talking to AI.
I know. That's where we're at.
They're stealing our life.
And then what's everyone doing when AI is talking to AI?
They're scrolling.
They're scrolling reels.
It's like, hey, AI, reply to that email. And then AI is like talking to another AI, and they're like, dude, we got this fucking job. We have a job.
Yeah, let's cut these two idiots out. We could make $150K combined.
So true. And then we have one last tweet to close out this section, which I thought was insightful as well.
Ability to endure friction is the new superpower, and friction is the Achilles heel. Everybody checks out once they run into friction. Learn how to master that, and you are practically invincible. But it's going to take some time and effort because social media has fried our brains in ways we can't even imagine.
So true. And that's how you eat everyone's lunch. Whatever the task is, just do it.
Do the hard stuff.
That should be a catchphrase. Just do it.
Yeah. Who could do that?
Just do it.
Maybe a sports good, Brian.
It's like, I can't do it. I was up too late last night. Or I can't do it. My stomach doesn't feel good from lunch. Just do it.
Just do it. Yeah.
I made that up.
In like an Italian accent. Just do it.
Just do it.
Okay.
Is it done? And I'm making a joke. That's Nike.
Oh, I didn't know. I thought you made it up on the spot.
But I do have a funny story, and it is like a life lesson I've carried with me. There was this guy, I worked on Wall Street for 2 years after college, and there was this guy who was on my desk named Jim, and he was very strict, and he was very tough. And he would ask me questions like, oh, did you finish that report that I asked for? And I would say, no, not yet, but I'm almost done. I need to talk to one more person. And he would go, yes or no? And I would go, no. And he'd go, okay. And he'd walk away and be mad. Mm-hmm. And it was just yes or no. And I would have some excuse and like some context and why it's not done. He'd go, yes or no. And like that really stuck with me. And that is something that I think is an important lesson.
Okay.
It's like, is it done or not? I'm looking for it to be done. And if it's not done, I'm not happy.
Okay.
You know?
Good lesson.
Good lesson. All right. Let's get to our next story. Sri Thanadar.
Yeah.
You know, our favorite Star Wars name guy.
Yeah, congressman from Michigan.
He is trying to impeach the Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth.
Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth is uniquely unqualified for his role. Every day, it becomes clearer that he is engaging in unlawful, illegal activity. That is why today I am preparing 2 articles of impeachment against Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth.
Pete Hegseth.
Can't even talk.
Rolling his R's, he's Indian.
Did you guys hear the beginning of it? Somebody whispers, go, it's rolling now. And he springs into it. This guy, Sri Thanadar,
And he's basically trying to impeach Pete Hegseth because he's siding with the Venezuelan drug smugglers. He thinks they deserve like a due process.
Yeah.
And he's mad they're getting blown up. So for political points, you're siding with the Venezuelan drug dealers who are shipping stuff on boats to go against Pete Hegseth.
Yeah, and I know this guy got elected in a random place in Michigan outside of Detroit, but like, doesn't it feel weird that some guy born in India is trying to basically impeach the Secretary of War in America? And then he's a white guy, normal white guy, Pete Hegseth, military guy.
And then he says he's not qualified. And it's like, who am I fucking listening to right now?
Who elected Sri Thanadar? How did he get here? How did he get in this pipeline?
I don't know. I liked it better when he was that baby guy.
Yeah, that baby actor from that movie.
Yeah.
Who is this guy? You know him?
Sri Thanadar, and
okay.
he grew up into the full guy who's way worse.
Okay, yeah, he got tall finally. Sri Thanadar, dude, I found this book, his autobiography.
This guy's fucked up.
What are those symbols?
What are them symbols?
What are those symbols, Sri Thanadar?
Yeah.
I don't like your kind, Sri Thanadar.
What are them symbols?
You better get.
Yeah. I could ride my bike with Sri Thanadar. Sri Thanadar. Sri Thanadar. Takes us to our migrant section.
Yeah.
We have a story here I thought was very interesting.
Sri Thanadar is when you don't nip a migrant situation in the bud. You don't nip it in the bud, and all of a sudden he's trying to impeach Pete Hegseth.
Brutal.
Yeah.
It's an ugly place to be, and we're in it. First story is Obama's DEA was a cartel guy.
Yeah, the DEA's chief financial director under Obama, Paul Campo, who resigned in 2016 ahead of Trump's administration, had his Virginia home raided and has been charged for agreeing to launder $12 million for CJNG, a Mexican cartel, while acting in his role at the DEA.
Money from the cartel. And I think a lot of people are probably up to this. I think Adam Schiff would be on my cartel money fantasy draft list too, allegedly.
Okay.
He seems to be a money cartel guy.
Bags of money, campaign donations.
Bags of money.
Look
Oh,
the
I'll
other
make sure
way.
to get nothing done in 20 years.
Yeah, that makes sense. And this is like literally a plot from a TV show. Like the DEA works with the cartels. Ozarks.
Some shit you see on Landman.
Yeah, Landman. Smoking a cigarette now. We'll launder your money, but we ain't going to work for you. We'll work with you.
Yeah.
He's like a hard ass.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Okay.
You watch new season of Landman?
Yeah, it's trash. It's
not
trash
good.
TV.
It's not good. And I'm trying to watch Pluribus.
Yeah?
What's the whole point?
You know what's funny?
I don't even
try to
get
watch
it.
Pluribus, trying to watch movies, trying to watch new stuff. Movie watchers are like snobs compared to Reels watchers.
Yeah.
But sometimes you're watching a movie and then you watch Reels and you get real retarded.
Yeah, he's been watching Homeland.
Yeah, rewatching Homeland.
That's a good show.
It's funny. All the same shit happens. Israel wants to attack Iran. The terrorist is here. Israel really wants to attack Iran.
Abu
Bunker
Ramza.
busters and all the same shit. So
That's good stuff.
it's all cyclical.
All right, next, there was a tweet about ending temporary protected status for Haitians.
Yeah, from Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib. She
Another
said,
Sri Thanadar.
Yeah, she said, ending TPS for Haitians will force 330,000 people into violence in an escalating humanitarian crisis. Haitian families deserve safety and stability. The Trump administration must reverse this cruel decision.
So we brought 330,000 people from violence-ridden Haiti. We must have brought the good ones, the nice ones.
Yeah, I'm sure we did. And the one word that sticks out with a statement like this, obviously this is a Democrat with no power, and Trump is revoking temporary protected status, and that's not going to change. So this is really pointless for her to even say anything. But the word deserve. Haitian families deserve safety and stability. I think Haitian families deserve Haiti. They're Haitian families. And what about what Americans deserve? Do small-town Indianans in southern Indiana deserve Haitians airdropped into their tiny town that kind of got deindustrialized and doesn't have much left? Do they deserve that? Springfield, Ohio deserve Haitians living 10 to a 3-bedroom house with like little split doors because a landlord can milk that much more money out of them?
And Haitians deserve Springfield, Ohio? No.
Deserve. I don't know who deserves what, but I think people who kind of shed their blood for America deserve a little prioritizing on who lives near them.
That's a good point.
People whose ancestors fought, people who came and paid into the system even before shedding blood, deserve. It's a look into the mind of a Democrat, right?
Very
Everyone
true.
just deserves everything.
Yeah. I don't feel bad at all. Send them back and go fix your own country. It's fix your own country season.
Yes.
And that includes us.
Exactly. And this is part of it. This is part of fixing our own country.
Exactly, bro. And then another part of fixing our own country would be repealing the Hart-Celler Act, which we've talked about on the show. Can you read what Trump tweeted or part of what Trump tweeted?
Yeah, Trump just reposted someone else, Geiger Capital, and his point was, a century ago, President Calvin Coolidge signed into law the Immigration Act of 1924. He stated plainly, new arrivals should be limited to our own capacity to absorb them. America must be kept American. For this purpose, it is now necessary to enact a policy of restricted immigration. The 1924 Act passed the House and Senate with overwhelming support. Democrats and Republicans agreed. The bill introduced tight immigration quotas, new visa requirements, the Border Patrol, and outright banned immigrants coming from certain countries that we viewed as incompatible with our culture. It dramatically reduced the number of people coming into the country and provided an opportunity for the recent great wave of immigrants to assimilate. By the 1940s and 50s, American society thrived with a booming economy, rising middle class, common culture, and limited immigration. The act was in place until 1965. Since then, we have experienced decades of historic immigration, both legal and illegal. Today, we have higher levels of foreign-born than the early 1900s, but by both raw number and percentage of population. This mass immigration has also included vastly different cultures than the mostly Europeans we accepted then. It's obvious that we once again need to make a national policy shift, and it should be bipartisan. It's time for another immigration act.
So he's referencing in 1965 the Hart-Celler Act, which was what we talked about. So Trump's been watching old episodes.
Yeah, Trump's on Bonus Land. He's in the comments on Bonus Land. Have you guys seen that?
Sign up to see it.
Yeah.
So that's good. We do need a whole new immigration policy that basically reverses the Hart-Celler Act because that's what fucked everything up.
Yeah, and there's a big, in my mind, the way we talk about how Joe Biden ruined it and like could have been sneaking people in and kind of went over the top so bad that we have to completely reverse it. The same thing can be said for the smushing together of legal and illegal immigration. I don't give a fuck anymore if you have some paperwork. You still need to go back. You're not really assimilating. You're trying to bring your grandma here. I don't give a fuck. You're out, you know? Yeah, throw them out. So they've taken so much, and the foreign-born population spiked so much under Biden that they've made it impossible for me to have sympathy for people who have the correct paperwork or passport. I don't give a fuck.
Very true.
Right.
All right, let's get to our next story. It's been revealed that a man is... Can you read it?
It's been revealed that the man who is charged with the stabbing on the Charlotte, North Carolina light rail last night is Oscar Solorzano. Oscar is an illegal immigrant who was previously deported and then illegally entered the country again. And of course, he's labeled as a white male.
Appreciate that.
So Irina Zarutska was killed on the same Charlotte light rail. Now we have an immigrant who is doing the same thing, does a stabbing on that same transportation line. He's illegal and he's listed as white. They give us these stories for free. Every point.
Every episode, there's like more of these. It's not even hard to find.
And that's why I say I'm starting to not care. Illegal, legal. We just need to get back to like 1992.
Yeah.
Let's just reverse this shit, please.
Let's reverse it. All right, let's get to our Somali section, which we shouldn't even have.
Exactly.
We shouldn't even have a Somali section. First, the fraud we told you about, the $1 billion in fraud we told you about last episode, it's actually way worse.
Fraud investigators are finding in Minnesota is growing by the day. Kelly Loeffler, who leads the Small Business Administration, says in the 2 days her agency has been investigating the state, they've uncovered at least $1 million in PPP fraud just 2 days in. Several of the whistleblowers in Minnesota have also told lawmakers they believe the total amount of fraud could total up to more than $8 billion. Governor Tim Walz, who is up for re-election, is under fire for all of this happening under his watch. But he says they have paused these programs. They've brought in outside auditors to get an idea of how far-reaching this fraud was. They're taking steps to keep it from happening again. And he's defending his management of the state while also taking shots at Republicans and the president.
And in spite of the headwinds we're up against, Minnesota ranks economically, economic growth, happiness, number of people insured, education levels, near the very top. So I'll tell you,
$8 billion.
Yeah.
way worse than we thought. Everyone is in on it.
Tip of the iceberg shit. And then I wanted to play it all the way until Tim Walz made his thing, his little speech there, making his points about how they're economically still well off. That's despite what you're doing. That's like, we have a resilient, mostly white population of mostly Scandinavian people who have been here for generations now. And yeah, those people are the best neighbors, and where the phrase Minnesota nice comes from. And they like going out on their lake and hanging out with friends and being generally nice to each other. The whole point is, it's not going to stay like this if you let people rob your state and do low trust Somali shit.
Yeah, all the native Minnesotans are doing great in spite of the $8 billion of fraud the Somalis are parasitically taking from us.
It's basically the statement like, yeah, we can survive losing $8 billion. That's basically the gist of his statement. It's not like good governance led them here.
Very true. Yeah. And this whole thing, what's going on in Middle America with the Somalis, it was actually foretold many years ago. I found this cover of the American Conservative from 2002, and look what it says.
Coming to America, the Great Somali Welfare Hunt.
So,
and they bring their goats, everything, all the same tropes.
Yeah, they look like Somalis.
They could have been a little worse with the way they painted them.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is like long been a thing. And actually, I remembered recently that I wrote a paper in college about Somali thing. It was like international relations, about when their leader, there was like a coup in 1991, like the Somali Civil War, basically, where it was just warring factions. And one of the big points of it was the international community kept trying to send welfare and supplies, like food, because people were starving and stuff. And they kept trying to send supplies in and airdrop them and get them in any way they can. And then the Somali warlords just stole it and like controlled it and sold it. So they love misappropriating help. Yeah. They love, it's like ingrained in their culture, you know,
it's
piracy and misappropriating Western generosity. That's like so deep. And so that's 2002. The Somali Civil War was like early 90s. So this has just been like a 30-year thing.
Yeah, and then this is what...
we're stupid. We're the idiots. I keep saying that.
We're the suckers who keep doing it. Yeah. And this is what to expect when your country gets psyoped into believing it's a melting pot.
Yeah.
Because when you melt with these third worlders, you get a different society than you had. And we actually it gets brown.
Yeah.
And we actually have a breakdown based on IQ of what your society looks like based on the tiers of IQ.
Yeah, Aesthetica says you can predict the entire state of a country based on this same model using average IQ. Below 75 IQ, crime-ridden shithole, no self-generated infrastructure, high chance you'll get mugged and murdered. Examples, Africa and Haiti. 75 to 95 IQ, scam culture. Everything is corrupt, some infrastructure, but it's always on the verge of collapsing. Parasitic economy reliant on Western nations. Examples, India, Bangladesh, Pakistan. 95 plus IQ, functioning first world countries, USA, Europe, Canada, and Australia. Japan would be in there.
Yeah.
Singapore maybe.
For now,
yeah.
You know, but that's kind of what we're dealing with. Mm-hmm. And then Ilhan Omar, one of the most famous Somalis, she went on Face the Nation and listened to what she said about Stephen Miller.
I want to ask you about something else that the architect of the president's immigration policy, Stephen Miller, said. On Thanksgiving Day, he posted, "No magic transformation occurs when failed states cross borders. At scale, migrants and their descendants recreate the conditions and terrors of their broken homelands." What do you make of this argument of failure to assimilate and sort of ruining America? How do you understand this?
I mean, when I think about Stephen Miller and his white supremacist rhetoric, it reminds me, yes, it reminds me of the way the Nazis described Jewish people.
So Stephen Miller, who is Jewish, is a Nazi.
And then he makes a substantive claim, like your behavior doesn't change once you've crossed an imaginary border. You're importing societies, transformation doesn't happen. And she just goes, let me say a long-winded Nazi sentence about this guy. No addressing of the points. And because these people know they don't have, they just make pleas to emotion on both ways, positively or negatively. They're going to plea to your emotion by calling someone a Nazi, or they're going to plea to your emotion by saying, this person just wants a better life. They're just like you. There's no actual argument of, well, if you bring in people from a failed state, do you think they're going to be ready to be in a successful state? And the answer is no. And what that number is, that breakpoint number, is up for debate. That's it. And we just saw it with Minnesota.
Exactly.
Like 80,000 people in Minneapolis, and they're batting way above their average. They're swinging way above their weight for the scam. Like, how many more $8 billion or $1 billion scams can Minnesota take before they're not at the top, before they don't have a good credit rating? You know?
Very true. And then the plea to emotions, that would be an argument for women not to vote.
Yeah.
Because that's like politics, like the voting block expanded dramatically. Years ago, it used to be like men, head of household, landowners, taxpayers, and then it became men and women, which basically doubled it, and now it's like everybody over 18, and then it's like what gets people to go vote? Trump's racist, or we have this extensive plan to nerd stuff, fix the economy.
Yeah.
Like, oh, Trump's racist. Like, that's what anyone appeals to, is just the emotions now. And that's what she does. Oh, Stephen Miller made a good point about failed immigration system. Sounds like a Nazi. And it's like, oh, Nazi. Yeah, can't vote for the Nazi.
And then someone watches a reel calling Stephen Miller and Trump Nazis, and they go, oh, I have to vote this time, plus abortion. And all of a sudden you realize why there's Somalis here.
Very true. And it's ironic that she's calling Stephen Miller a Nazi because her own father, Nur Omar Mohammed, was a colonel in the Somali army during a major genocide, and Cernovich actually replied with the same thing.
Yeah, her father led death squads in Somalia and fled after his side lost power.
But Stephen Miller is a Nazi.
Yeah, literal death squads.
And you guys are attached to
like
literal
1993, 1992.
Yeah, literal death squads. And I saw a funny meme that I wanted to point out. It's like, can you just read it?
And if the politician is brown, you just comment, you're going back.
And it's a guy sitting on a girl's lap.
There you go.
That's pretty good.
Okay.
So that's what we're dealing with Ilhan Omar. And then what else do we have to deal with when you bring in all of these third worlders and put them to work in factories and all these, for example, food plants across the country? They're pissing and shitting on the floor at work.
I've seen that my former home state of Minnesota is currently in the news due to Trump and the Somali issue. I worked at a major food production facility that supplies the United States and Canada with food. I watched as they brought Somalians in, and they began to urinate and defecate wherever they pleased within this food production facility plant. We had to put up signs explaining how to use the bathroom correctly, but yet it was never corrected. I seen as grown men wash their genitals within the sinks, made homemade bidets from the garbage in the break rooms, and then brought in a roach infestation to the plant. Once again, I will tell you this is a major food production facility and cannot shut down for anything. I did, however, have it shut down once for a lockdown, due to one of them returning to the food processing facility with a knife. It's a real problem, and it's a major reason why I left Minnesota. I just want everyone to know that I hold no ill towards these people. It's not their fault. They come from somewhere that has a private problem and is ran by tribes.
All right. I think the FDA and ICE could do a little collab.
Yeah, crossover episode, baby.
Go raid this place.
But yeah, this whistleblower, he sounds the horn. All these food production plants that are in Minnesota, Hormel, Jenny O Turkey, Cargill. Cargill's a big brand, General Mills. All these places could have Somalis shitting and pissing, bringing knives.
It's good to know where your food comes from. And I think the pork facilities are probably safe.
Ooh, yeah.
Because they don't do pork, but those are probably run by ruthless Chinese.
Yeah, the ruthless Chinese in North Carolina, hog farms, treated poorly. We don't care.
So, yeah, you're eating bacon from 10 different pigs.
Yeah.
So there's no real win-win when you buy, like, mass-produced food like that.
And I've seen other people come out. There are other videos we could have chosen as well to show the same point. Other people are like, yes, I've seen similar things. So, you know, that's the cost of doing business with cheap labor. You get a little bit of behavior that, that doesn't look right. That doesn't sound right. But they don't correct it enough because the cheap labor is too worth it.
And then you put up a sign explaining how to use the bathroom, but they don't correlate that sign as directions for me. They just see, oh, there's paper on the wall.
They got signs in the bathroom. Those are new.
There's pictures.
Yeah.
I don't know what the pictures mean. There's just nothing to them. We do have some fun, uplifting stuff, and like we said, we're not against the Somalis. The Somali Pirates could be the new football logo.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, that's nice.
As they displace their Scandinavian counterparts, the Vikings, you know,
Pirates.
Maybe they'll step up. Yeah.
The Somali pirates. All right, we're now moving on to the final page of housekeeping. Use the opportunity to tickle the post. Help us juice the algo. Leave a like, leave a comment again, then start yapping. P.O. Box needs to be full. Notifications need to be on, and old episodes need to be watched. I went to the P.O. Box a few days ago. Got some good stuff.
Yeah. Rugby jerseys.
Got a rugby jersey.
Thank you for sending that.
I need to thank a special thank you to Holly and Ben. They sent me a very special thing to the P.O. Box. Can't say what it is, but it's displayed in my house, front and center.
Okay.
Very nice.
Okay.
And I got a bunch of cool stuff. Shirts, cool gun stuff.
Very nice.
All good things from the P.O. Box, and we're very grateful. And Christmas is coming, so load the P.O. Box back up, please, for Christmas. Don't forget us on Christmas. All right, first things first. This guy's got some sort of pigeon machine.
He locks him in. What's he doing? All right. I didn't think.
You see him, he swallows it for him.
So he's, what, going to cook the pigeon and now he's garlic infused?
I thought he was just like maybe being nice and feeding the bird.
No,
I guess they could be cooking the pigeon and making him garlic infused. I didn't think about that.
This is kind of what you do where you stuff the goose, you know? Stuff the goose full with, what's that food thing that people don't like? The French.
Yeah.
I can only think
Pate?
of escargot. No, it's, what is it?
It's goose liver.
Yeah, where they
fat.
force feed the goose until he's so fat.
It's not pate, it's the other one.
Yeah, I forget. But
foie gras.
Foie gras, yeah. I think you just showed us a little torture culinary Chinese type of guy. I don't think that's very uplifting.
Well, it's the final page of housekeeping. I'm showing you guys what's going on out there.
Okay.
All right, next. Are your pets dying early? Probably, because all the food and all the shots you give them are poison, and this next video explains exactly that.
How bad is the food that we're giving our pets?
Well, it depends on what you're feeding, but it's pretty bad. When I was a student, we went to Italy and we went to Assisi. It was fantastic, and we were looking at examining dogs there, and they were all healthy, and even the old dogs, nobody was fat, nobody had bad teeth, everybody was in great shape. And I said to them, because this is 30 years ago or more. And back then we already had fat. American dogs were fat with diabetes and hypothyroidism and bad teeth and all the things. And I said, what are you feeding them? And they said, whatever we eat, they eat. And I said, oh, that's a sin.
Mm-hmm.
We're told that that's the worst thing you could do is feed your dog off the table, right?
Yes.
Scraps. Well, what were we doing for 10,000 years until the dog food industry evolved? They were eating scraps.
Well, I always say to people, what do you mean human food is bad for them? I mean, so dog food is good for them?
Yeah.
I mean, that's ridiculous.
It's heated up to 5,000 degrees. So there's no nutritional value left. They have to add the nutrients back in. But remember, they put pretty pictures on the bags. It's not good cuts of meat that are in there. It's the crap at the slaughterhouse that we can't eat. So this is cows that have been treated with antibiotics or pentobarbital's in their food because they've been euthanized, or it's claws, udders, whatever.
My goodness.
Yeah.
Just giving all bad stuff to the dogs.
Okay. So no dog food? No bagged dog food?
Dog food's bad.
Well, you feed Jerry meat.
I feed Jerry meat.
Okay.
And it's a combination of meat with organs blended up, and it comes in a subscription. And then I put maybe sometimes some calcium dust from ground up egg shells.
Okay.
And he's a healthy guy. The guy's jacked.
Yeah, somebody said that dogs used to live 15 years, and now the average age is 10, and they all die of cancer, and they get fucked up.
Yep, and they all die of cancer.
So they're pro table scraps then. Feed them the scraps?
Yeah,
no
but
bread, though.
If you're eating like the average American diet of processed food, you go, oh, give them some Honey Nut Cheerios.
Your dog's going down with you, brother.
Yeah, everyone's going down. Give them some DiGiorno's pizza.
Well, at least we had fun, and it tasted good. Really salty.
Yeah.
Who wants to scroll reels? Show the dog reels.
But it's something to think about. The kibble is like the worst stuff you can do.
Okay.
So just keep that in mind, guys.
All right, good to know.
All right, next, I found this video. Rice grows like crazy. Look at this. So he takes one rice kernel, He puts
One grain of rice.
1 grain of rice. He puts it in the Petri dish. And let's fast forward.
Yeah. It's in water. It's submerged in water. And then it grows. And then he helps its little root go deeper.
And then the whole thing then turns into a fucking rice swamp.
Yeah.
From 1 grain of rice.
Turns into a rice field.
So it's like, thank you, God, for this wonderful creation. You have 1 grain of rice. You could eat rice for your whole life.
Okay. I don't know
Isn't
if
that
that's
crazy?
necessarily true.
You plant 1 rice and it turns into rice forever?
Yeah, it's like doubling a penny every day until you're a millionaire.
Takes less than 30 days. We all saw the We all saw the reel.
We all saw the TikTok about doubling your penny every day.
Isn't that interesting? So the rice, like the whole world is meant to just be abundant.
All right. I don't know if
There's
you
a
invented
lesson
anything.
there. There's a lesson there.
He sent me this video and he goes, you know rice grows like that? And I go, yeah. And he goes, oh, wow. I didn't know.
Just 1 rice grows an entire rice thing?
Yep.
All right, let's finish up. We're kind of
I know, we're dragging here. We're
dragging. All right, next, this is every home style that exists.
Bungalow, craftsman, Cape Cod, colonial, Dutch colonial, Spanish colonial, Mediterranean, Tudor, Victorian, Queen Anne, Gothic Revival, Greek Revival, Georgian, Neoclassical, Federal, Art Deco, Mid-Century Modern, Ranch House, Split Level, Farmhouse, Modern Farmhouse, French Provincial, Chateauesque, Tuscan, Mediterranean Revival, Mission Revival, Pueblo Revival, Log Cabin, Coach House or Carriage House, Shotgun House, Brownstone, Row House, Townhouse, A-Frame, Chalet, Cottage, Storybook, Brutalist.
All right. We get the point, right?
That's all the houses.
Yeah. Which one's your favorite?
I like Greek Revival, Neoclassical, Mid-Century Modern, Art Deco, Mediterranean, and Modern Farmhouse and Brutalist, and then you live in the Carriage House. You live in the Carriage House.
That's the whole point of this whole fucking
with
thing.
the horses.
I couldn't even get through the reel. That's how rotted my attention span is. But we're doing a show here. This isn't about wasting your time. So
We teach you stuff.
I like a lot of these. I don't like any of the Spanish or the Mediterranean. I don't like any of those. I like the classic Americana.
Yeah.
Bungalow, colonial. I like shit like that. Makes me feel like I'm part of American history.
And this is good information, and we teach you guys, like, we just taught you every house there ever was.
Yeah.
That's good information. And then we have an example here. It looks like a Tudor that got turned into something different. What do you think about that? That
Painting
operation?
it white? I think it looks like shit. Painting the bricks.
I don't mind it. I don't like the other house. The top one kind of looks...
I like brick.
It looks too spooky.
Something about brick and fireplaces and... You know, we've gotten too far from our roots. I was thinking the other day, I want a stone fireplace that I actually heat the house with. You know what I mean? We got too far from our roots.
Yeah, that's a good.
And then the walls all absorb the heat, like the big stone. It's oversized.
Now you're thinking.
You know, we got too far away. Now we got HVAC system and then gray vinyl floors, millennial shit.
You might need a modern farmhouse.
Maybe. You'll live in the carriage house.
You live in the carriage house with the horses.
You live in the hay pail.
All right, our last clip of housekeeping. We got to kind of go. And I mentioned this in the intro, so we can't cut it. Baby Nostradamus. This kid is in the car seat, and he's very...
he's tuned in?
What's it? Not liquid. What's the word? Lucid.
Okay.
He's very dialed in, but he's a baby. He doesn't even know what he's saying, but listen to what he says.
Well... So what were you just telling me, though? Oh, yeah. There's gonna be a tsunami and flood, but they call it the flood 2.0. And there's gonna be a wave and there's gonna be a tsunami and a flood. Yeah. And then the tsunami's gonna be 800 meters in the air. And there's gonna be I don't even know how big 800 meters is.
sounds big.
It's bigger than the house.
I'm sure it is.
It's almost bigger than the planet.
All right. I've heard enough.
Let him cook. The lady is asking about logistics of how much 800 meters is, but he calls it the Flood 2.0, which isn't a real phrase kids know.
Sounds specific, yeah.
And then 800 meter high massive tidal wave.
Okay, so we'll be on the lookout for this if Baby Nostradamus is right.
And then can you go to that second tweet from Baby Nostradamus? What was the other thing he said later?
He said that we're in a computer simulation, basically.
Yeah.
Baby Nostradamus.
And then I feel like it's a science testing us little people. They really thought what was it? Can you read that?
They really thought reality was real down here, but the little people like us aren't actually real. So he thinks we're in a simulation. So we're quoting a baby. You couldn't cut this. You put it in the intro. We're quoting a stupid fucking toddler. And his mom's probably egging him on, telling him about an 800-foot tsunami.
But he's like purely tapped in. What's it called when you just speak?
I don't know, man.
He's purely tapped into something.
Okay. I hate this kid. He's wrong. There's no 800-foot tsunami. And if there were, this little kid wouldn't know it.
All right.
So
well,
fuck that kid.
I guess we'll see.
Yeah. And if we see, then I'll be dead. So it doesn't matter. I won't be wrong. 800-meter tsunami.
All right. I guess we'll find out.
Fuck that kid.
That's the end of housekeeping. We're now moving on to Cringe of the Week. All right. Our first clip of Cringe of the Week is this naked stand-up Muslim woman.
Baby Nostradamus again.
If an oppressed Muslim woman can do this show, you can do anything. I grew up Muslim. My dad is an imam. This show does mean a lot to me because I was covered my whole life. I did wear the hijab when I was 7 years old, and I wore it for 23 years. I used to be a hijabi my whole life, and now I'm a hijabi. When I took the hijab off, though, I paid a really big price. My father disowned me. This is a true story. He kicked me out of the family WhatsApp group. It broke my fucking heart. And then he told everyone in the family, nobody talked to her. This is the worst thing she could possibly do.
So I guess Dad was right.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have any agency of your own. And as soon as you got away from your dad's authority, you went naked on stage for free in New York City.
Yeah, in front of like 15 people in Bushwick.
So Dad was probably right.
You sold out for 15 people doing sympathy laughs in Bushwick or wherever the hell this was.
Everyone's got to come and you have to order at least 2 drinks.
Yeah, for D- jokes from a naked lady. I don't get it, man. So, but then it's like, I would say like, oh, don't put your daughters in hijabs. It kind of oppresses them or something. But then again, that's your culture. Do whatever you want as long as you're not in America.
But then if the dad was like, we must put the daughters in hijabs because if they don't, they'll go naked. And it's like, I doubt that's what's going to happen. That ends up being right.
Exact worst case scenario for the dad. Yeah, I don't know.
That's exactly what he was trying to prevent.
So any other deeper lessons? The Muslim dad was right?
Muslim dad was right.
Yeah.
They're on to something.
Okay, that's it.
That's the takeaway. All right, next we have another Leslie Jones clip. I guess she has a show.
Yeah, I'm seeing more of her. She's getting angrier and more animated, and she's yelling more often.
Yeah, and listen to what she says about how black people are being treated.
Just need to know, why does America have so much hatred for black people? Is it because when you see black people, you're reminded of the sins of this country? Is it because my ass is too fat? Is it because people need a scapegoat for their own shortcomings? Or is it because my ass is too fat? Is it because you're afraid that we're going to treat you like you treated us? And you know what? I know my ass is fat.
Ha ha ha. If you drew her, you'd get arrested in the UK.
Yeah. It's because my bike and power tools are missing from the garage. It has nothing to do with the sins of the past or fear of retribution. I don't think, has there ever been like a black country that kind of came in and overthrew a white country? I guess Haiti, the French.
Haiti did it back.
And the French let their numbers get too low.
South Africa, same thing.
South Africa, numbers get too low. Okay, so I guess there is some retribution there. But there's never, I don't get this perspective of like, you know, not acknowledging that black behavior is somehow involved in black perception. Like, there's this totally disconnected thing where it has to all go historical or past injustices or body shape or something. It's like, I don't know, man. I was just at a restaurant. You guys were yelling.
Yeah.
I was just somewhere else. My cousin, his bike got stolen. We all looked at the security camera together. You know who it was.
Yeah, I was at the gas station and two guys in shiesties came and they were walking and like holding their pants up and kind of alluding to having a weapon in their back pocket. That was kind of frightening.
They weren't white.
Yeah.
But man, she really likes to yell. She really likes yelling.
And she's yelling and doing bits and sprinkling in jokes like that Oliver, whatever, on HBO does.
Yeah.
But it's actually the opposite of what she said. Like, she has it entirely backwards. Black people are treated better than anyone. They get into college easier. They get out of crimes they commit all the time. And they're promoted in businesses when they're less qualified. So it's like the opposite of reality is what she's like discussing. It's like she's like presenting this picture of the world we live in, and it's the opposite of reality. Why are we so mad at black people? It's like we're bending over backwards to give black people more than they should get.
Mm-hmm. We're going out of our way.
We're going out of our way.
Not us personally.
Yeah.
I'm not, but a lot of guilty white people.
Wait to get to Urban Decay. There's people that have committed 40 felonies and they get let back out on the street. And it's like if we had her perspective and the reality is what she's presenting, wouldn't it be like, hey, you look like a guy who commits felonies. Let's lock you up right now without doing any crime.
No sleeping on the park bench and you poke him with like a billy club.
Yeah. So it's a complete opposite.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to our doll life people section. We have a couple people here who live in a world with dolls as people in their lives.
Yeah.
Is that
Just
the
play
word?
it?
Yeah, let it
Is
go.
that accurate? Yes, it is accurate. We'll let them speak for themselves. This guy has a wife and twins with all dolls.
To answer your question, yes. My beautiful wife, Emily here,
that's Emily,
gave birth to our twins almost 3 years ago, November 11th to be exact. Right there on that table, she gave birth to these kids. I actually had to help because she went into labor and there was no doctor. I couldn't get a hold of Dr. Bombay. I called Dr. Bombay. He said he was playing golf. He wouldn't help me. I called my mommy. My mommy said, she's a mannequin. She's not giving birth. She's not pregnant. She's not real. My mommy don't know. My mommy don't know what's going on. My wife gave birth to these kids on that table. I delivered them. If you want to see the pregnancy video, it's pinned in my bio. Go check it out. It's all there. I had to use a...
And the Dr. Bombay was playing golf. That's actually a Bewitched reference.
Oh, gotcha.
But Dennis Prager thinks this is good.
Oh, fascinating. I didn't think so. And I can't tell. I'm like borderline. Is this a joke or is this reality? Is this guy really lonely or is he doing a prank on the internet? And then you scroll the TikTok page and there's about 500 videos. So if it's a prank, really well done, brother.
He's committed to the bit.
Yeah, and you could tell when I thought it was a joke is when the baby dropped off and he didn't care. But here we have footage of him actually delivering Emily's first pregnancy.
It's going to hurt me more. It's going to hurt you, Emily.
He's got a drill in his hand.
Oh, it ain't working. Oh, man. Now what? Oh,
He's got a saw. He doesn't want to do this to her.
You're probably going to need a little plastic surgery after this, Emily. Come on, come on, come on. We can do it. We can do it.
All right. You get it.
Well, he's busy.
Yeah, he has fun. He likes to act it out. And then here he is at the end with the baby. Pulls out the baby.
He's got hobbies in the basement.
Yeah. He's busy. He's got all the old American Pickers stuff. He likes to do American Picker stuff, and then he likes to play with the dolls.
I can't tell if this is bad or not.
It's bad. And we have another woman who's kind of going viral as well. She's a doll mom, and she really committed. This guy, I don't know what he's up to. Is he playing? Is he trying to get TikTok fame? But this woman,
she does the voices.
She does everything. Morning with a doll mom.
Good morning.
And the doll was waiting there for her.
Oh, who's my big girl? Go wake your sisters up. Good morning, sweetie Hey, baby. Good morning, Adelia.
She's got it all decorated.
She lives in like a 5-bedroom house.
Yeah.
Cozy. Pippa. There you go, sweet girl.
I hate mornings. What are we doing today?
Putting together the storage racks and organizing all of the hair accessories.
Cozy! Cozy, wake up!
All right. We should end it there, right?
Yeah, this is kind of like when they give a stuffed animal to the monkey when the baby dies and the monkey carries around the stuffed animal baby.
Yeah, I think she's fucked up. Something happened here that was very dark that made her short circuit, and now she's going back to like her family of 3 before the divorce
It's
or
like
something.
Norman Bates shit.
Yeah, funded with alimony. And I don't know, man. You know how sometimes in your personal life you go, oh man, I just rotted on the couch. I just ate 3 things of popcorn and I watched 2 movies. I didn't get anything done today. This lady has a thing where she's being productive but didn't get anything done today.
That's very true.
It's all play, like, oh, I had to feed Macy, and then I changed Mary's diaper, and it's all for nothing. She's spinning the wheel for nothing, right?
That's a good point. And she does the voices, so like the downstairs neighbors think there's a normal family upstairs.
So what's worse, scrolling reels for 3 hours or getting all the kids ready for 3 hours and then deepening your mental illness?
That's actually a good question. What is worse? I think this one.
I think this one's a lot worse.
At least the other one you learn about a Tudor house or the neoclassical. This one you're just like...
Yeah, you can get some information.
This one you're building a case against yourself when they come like, what's it called, 5950 you?
Yeah, 5150 maybe.
Yeah. It's a little different.
So any takeaways here? Is this just straight up cringe?
Straight up cringe.
No lessons learned?
Just a lesson to you guys to know who's out there.
My thing is, and you know what? White people, we go a little crazy sometimes. This is what we're up to. Some of us.
White? Everyone says, oh, you only show black people in Urban. We're mostly showing white people in Cringe.
And then Leslie Jones, because she earned it. But man, this is a slippery slope. People buy those realistic dolls and they go crazy. And you know what? I saw a lot of discourse online the other week about how they used to make girls in high school get dolls and pretend to be a mom. Did you guys have that in your high school?
No.
We had that where like the baby would cry for a couple hours.
I think we had to take care of an egg for a week.
That's the old school way to do it, but people really do this. And maybe that short circuit some of them. But people were debating whether or not that helped or hurt the birth rate. So I thought that was fascinating. Some people argued it hurt it because it made it seem like responsibility with none of the benefits, like the bonding with the baby.
Similar to Tamagotchi.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, very similar to Tamagotchi.
Tamagotchi was like the connection between the tech and the baby.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, if you see anyone getting one of those real dolls or trending in that direction, intervene, guys, because it could end. Start cuckoo. It could end. It could end badly.
All right, that's the end of Cringe. It was a light cringe. We're now moving on to Urban Decay. All right, our first story from Urban Decay is a local story. I thought it was pretty funny. Can you give it a read?
Yeah, this is Tampa Bay news. Despite racial profiling concerns, Tampa City Council advances ordinance banning bike stunts on the Riverwalk in Tampa.
So is it a racial profiling thing or are all the people doing bike stunts, popping wheelies black?
Unfortunately, guys, this is just how it is. And you can either be called racist and get the society you want to live in, or you can avoid being called racist and then you have black teenagers doing bike stunts where they do the wheelie and swerve off right in front of you.
Barely about to hit you, yeah. And they showed the picture. Those don't look like the bike stunt people.
Yeah, certainly not.
The guy with the basket and his thing going out with his wife.
It's always funny to see. And then, like, that's the headline. That's the headline. Despite racial concerns, instead of saying scourge of bad bike stunts finally coming to an end with new law, instead of like positively saying it, you just have like, well, we got to worry about racism too.
Cops stop those black teenagers from aggressive bike stunts.
Yeah.
Could have just done that.
On the nice taxpayer walkway. You know what I mean?
There's a way.
So this is Florida. I like seeing that. We don't give a shit.
No bike stunts.
No stunties.
No stunties.
Very Fletcher coded.
That's a rule we've had for my whole life. Which takes us to our N-word section here. I'm sure you guys saw the clip. The Cinnabon lady dropped the N-bomb after being harassed by some Somalis, and here's what that looked like.
That's nigger. I am racist.
So idiot, for
and
real.
you are a nigger.
You are an idiot. No,
I
I'm
am
not.
racist, and I'll say that to the whole entire world. Don't be disrespectful.
You ruined your life, by the way.
Oh, you talking about respect? You talking about respect? You are fired from this place, motherfucker. You're not gonna be working here.
Suck it.
Suck what? Look how you
Suck
fucking look
it.
like.
What's wrong with you?
What the fuck is wrong with you, you fucking ugly bitch? Get the fuck out of
Ugly? Talking about ugliness?
Did I stand?
There you go. You just ruined your life to the woman with a criminal record working at the Cinnabon at the mall.
I think she'll find employment somewhere else, guys.
And she ended up raising over $100,000 so far at this point. So, so is her life really over? She made like 3 years of salary in a weekend.
Do you ever donate to those things?
No, but I would.
I don't either. I say anybody who wants to, go ahead, but I don't personally donate to the random N-word lady who we probably later find out has a half-black kid or something.
Yeah, and that's kind of what happened. She's actually a Democrat.
Yeah.
Which is, I don't care. I think it's just funny. And some context for that clip, they were harassing her before that, saying she was sexualizing herself and she should be in a hijab.
Yeah, those were Somalis in Wisconsin, by the way, guys. Yeah, similar era. But isn't it so funny? Like, you're just a white woman at Cinnabon, no institutional power, nothing to really oppress someone by, except not giving them their cinnamon roll. And then all you have to do is say one word, and it'll make the rounds everywhere.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy power. Like, every white person just has this pulsating, like, Marvel movie orb inside of them. And all you have to do is say one 6-letter word against, certain skin color.
And then it's actually a great financial decision.
Worked out.
The only way to escape this shitty economy is like hit a 10-leg parlay, some sort of shitcoin payoff, or you say the N-word at the mall.
Yeah, she's going on a cruise. Cinnabon lady's going on a cruise. She's never been on one before.
And to be fair, they called her a Karen, which in my book is an anti-white slur.
Yeah.
And then if it's so bad here, these Somalis should go back and live somewhere else.
Yeah, you know who doesn't call you an N-word? The citizens of Mogadishu.
Mm-hmm.
They don't care. They might rob you.
Yeah.
Do something worse.
But this is the story of the day, not the $8 billion stolen by Somali fraudsters, this woman at the Cinnabon. And keep in mind, they raised over $500,000 for Carmelo Anthony when he killed Austin Metcalf, stabbed him and killed him.
With a knife. Yeah.
With a knife.
Brutal
And they raised money for the killer. And then Arena Zarutska, I don't care. Oh, the ways of the N-word at the mall, I don't care.
Yeah, I don't give a shit about a word at all. And, if you guys want to go back to caring about the N-word once we get 40 million migrants out, I'm open to a discussion after 40 million are gone.
Yeah, me too.
But, there's this sort of like looseness. The Somalis also started a GoFundMe of their own that raised like no money. So it's this interesting thing where we don't care anymore, and we're kind of signaling that we don't care through these GoFundMes.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't really donate to them, but I like it. I keep track. I keep checking.
I want everyone to do very well.
Yeah.
And we have some tweets to go along with this story.
These people think you should lose your job and be stabbed to death over a word, and we're the bad guys. There's just that zoom out perspective thing. Like, and when you say the N-word in this Cinnabon thing, that's like, oh, I got the shot. That's like cut. That's the moment everyone's looking for. So it kind of is self-fulfilling almost.
Yeah,
it becomes like I got you.
You're done now.
Yeah, it's not like, oh my God, that really hurt me. Imagine if they said the word and it's like, and you start having a panic attack. It's the opposite. That gets them excited. I got you now.
Happy you said that word.
Exactly. It becomes almost paradoxical where they go, bingo, I got the word. Now you're fired, right?
That's so true. We have another meme here.
Every time a white Cinnabon employee calls a Somali the N-word, an angel gets his wings.
Very nice.
I don't know. Decent, okay memes.
And we have to live in a society where there's no magic words. Everyone's for free speech, except you can't say this, or except you don't say that. There's no magic words.
Yeah. There's no ding, ding, ding word. I got you. Now you're definitely fired. And whatever. I mean, even if you lose your cool at Cinnabon, you could probably be fired. like you're harassed, disrespectful, and you're fighting with a customer, probably fired. But this whole magic word, they got to disavow you on Twitter and do this thing. And that's why it's become fun to do the GoFundMes.
Yeah. And we have a team.
Give, send, goes.
We have a team of the magic word sayers.
Yeah.
We're putting together a team.
Yeah. There they are.
There they are.
Some of them's GoFundMe's bigger than the other. The Burger King hat guy said it too early. He didn't get much money.
Yeah, he could have made a killing now.
I know.
Well, let's get to our next story in the same theme of the N-word. Some people think the N-word is so racist that it should be illegal.
Can we get better punishment for people who are racist? Because genuinely, these people can be racist and nothing happens. Like, they can literally be the most racist person and they don't get no penalty or nothing. I think we should treat it as a crime to be racist. Like, genuinely, because it literally interrupts how we interact and do things. Like, there needs to be something in place. It's bad. Like, I don't know.
What's he even talking about? Like, what's so racist? The lady at the Cinnabon saying the N-word? That's like a once-a-year event.
Yeah. And even that, like, what's the point? This guy, it's the 75 IQ take where you say, oh, that should be illegal because I don't like it. And most of society agrees that we don't like it, while ignoring the underlying fundamental difference between America and everywhere else, which is you can say whatever you want, with like marginal exceptions of like bomb threats or yelling fire in a theater, the classic First Amendment cases. But it's like sacrificing the most important rights you have for that uncomfy thing, just because people said the N-word.
It's very true, and it's ironic that that person wants it to be illegal when it's not even illegal to steal less than $900 worth of stuff.
Yeah, I think California fixed that actually, but
you know what I'm saying? For a long time, you could steal as much as you want up until $900, and you don't get in trouble. But saying a word should be illegal.
And then transitioning this into our next story, kind of, which we mentioned in the intro, the word itself is not illegal, and you can kind of get away with it. But we're seeing more and more examples of people who stretch you using that word into accelerated penalties or escalated into a hate crime. And we've shown a few examples before, and now this one, Portland jury clears black man of assault because white man he stabbed had said the N-word.
Yeah, so he was cleared of the stabbing even though the victim said the N-word after he was stabbed. Can you read that context?
Yeah, the headline neglects to mention that the victim only used a racial slur after being stabbed. The article itself explicitly states there's no evidence the victim used a slur prior to being stabbed. You see him saying the N-word on the police body cam after the incident. And basically this whole thing just stinks. And this he was found not guilty by a Portland jury, who obviously was heavily told about the N-word. Edwards, who is homeless, had a previous assault conviction, admitted to knifing the victim, Gregory Howard Jr., but claimed it was self-defense because the other man called him the N-word, according to Oregon Live. Security cameras with no audio captured Edwards with a fixed blade knife in hand, approaching Howard as he sat on a bench. Howard immediately jumped up and pushed Edwards. Then the two scuffled until Edwards stabbed Howard in the shoulder. Edwards' defense attorney reportedly told the jury that his client was approaching Howard to see if he would trade his knife for cigarettes. Like going like this. Hey, you want to trade? I'm lunging. You want to trade for cigarettes? He does like the thing, the flash. And then the guy called him an N-word afterwards. He used racial slurs in the aftermath, but the jury still acquitted him. It's just like street rat shit, but it's that soft, like where it's not codified in our laws, but it will be used against you in any sort of trial, right?
Yeah, and there's like a thing here where you're kind of getting a peek into like who society is compromised of or comprised of.
Yeah.
Like if you ask someone in Portland or New York or LA, like and told them the scenario, they would go, I don't care if someone says the N-word gets stabbed. And I was thinking about it, a jury of your peers in Portland, if you think about that, a jury of your peers doesn't work when the people are retarded And then, like, what's easier for the bad guys to do? Change the Constitution to lose your right to a fair and speedy trial?
Yeah, where you have to get like 3/4 of the Congress to do it, to ratify an amendment.
So is the move to
2/3, whatever
change
it
the
is?
Constitution and change your judicial process rights, or make everyone retarded so when you get a jury of your peers, you can still get the bad guy results you want because everyone's retarded?
Yeah, and then Shiloh Hendricks, she called that Somali guy the N-word, and he had some like sketchy criminal past too, and they just trumped up a disorderly conduct charge on her. So like you can say these words, but when you have that soft power, like a district attorney's prosecutorial discretion, they go, that looks like disorderly conduct to me. Same thing with the guy who yelled at Dave Portnoy, right?
Yeah.
They charged him for the same thing, disorderly conduct. So like all these things, they're kind of like loosening the rules where, yeah, you can say the N-word in America, but in the wrong jurisdiction or with the wrong sequence of events beforehand, we can tie you up in court over it. So like we're kind of losing it. Or we could let this guy go who stabbed someone because you said a no-no word. So we are losing it, and that's why fuck you for the GoFundMe. I don't care. Like they think it's like some indictment on racism. It's like a world where Americans who care are pushing back on getting totally fucked over and canceled.
Very true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, don't get too down or too depressed. We're moving on to uplifting gold, and we have some uplifting stuff today. Our first uplifting story is a missing child was found.
Yeah, found safe from Montgomery Village, Maryland. And the kid's name is Wise DeScience Dickerson.
Happy to have him home.
So this is one of those transitions from Urban Decay to Uplifting Gold. Wise DeScience Dickerson was found. And you can tell that the mother just was pretty hopeful in choosing that name. She was being optimistic.
He's going to be scientific.
He's going to be wise, and he's going to enjoy DeScience. So it's a very interesting naming convention.
Do you think maybe they pressured him to read books and learn physics and chemistry?
No.
Just hope the name gets you there?
Yeah, I think the mom was watching a lot of Bill Nye in the delivery room or something. Something like that. Yeah, maybe I'll name him Wise DeScience, and he'll be a great scientist.
That way he's smart.
Yeah, I don't know what goes through these people's names or through their minds while they're naming, but we found a good one.
That's one of the best ones. All right, next, this is my favorite clip from Uplifting Gold. It's a faux restaurant bit.
Thank you for calling Pho Saigon. Get you today. You like quay con, one order, okay? That's $5 and a duck bit. That's $10. That'll be all for you today. Okay, see you in 20 minutes. It'll be ready then. Thank you.
You don't have to do that accent, right?
It's a pastry restaurant. What do you mean?
We get it. So that's a good bit. Very rarely does someone do a bit that's actually funny, and it's like a well-done bit.
Okay.
That was a great imitation and a good joke.
Okay. Wow.
Thought that was funny?
Yeah, it was funny, but you're
uplifting.
kind of glazing it a little bit. You're kind of going too hard.
I thought it was
You're doing
just
tricks on it.
I thought it was just funny.
You're bouncing on it.
All right, relax. Let's get to our next clip. There was a Christmas tree lighting ceremony in Switzerland, and they did it in an old school way.
I feel like we've shown this before.
I think they do it every year. That's the whole point. They do this for like hundreds of years.
The little wicks, they move about the tree, they light the candles. It's a nice tree. That's good stuff.
And it lights all the candles. Try this at home. Go to sleep with them lit.
Yeah, try this at home for sure.
Leave your lit tree
Let
overnight.
your kid tie them up. Tie up all the strings together.
And then leave it unattended.
That's nice.
That's
and go
really
out and do your
nice.
shopping, yeah. Smart.
See? All right, that's uplifting. And next we had a Christmas parade. I forget where, but there was a bear.
Gatlinburg, one of those Pigeon Forge types.
Yeah. The bear's in the middle of the road.
No way.
Bear joins the parade.
Stay seated.
He's calmer than Leslie Jones.
Yeah.
He's more civilized. Look at him.
He's good.
Black bears are kind of like dogs, you know?
Yeah.
They're friendly. They don't really obviously they can get you. They can get you.
But they're looking for other stuff first.
But they're enjoying, yeah. And then these ones who are like near the population centers, they learn. They're nice.
All right, next we have some cowboy dads sending off the high school football team before their playoff game. This is pretty cool. They're all on the horses, flying the flags, riding alongside the bus.
All right.
And,
cool.
they're going to send the team off to the playoff game.
All right, great.
Isn't that cool?
That is cool. Now, ride those horses down to Dallas and get the Indians out.
Yeah, that's true.
You got to do the next leg of the parlay of Americana.
All right, on our last...
get the migrants out, round them up.
Everyone cares about high school football games. There's migrants everywhere.
I know.
Our last clip...
And you can't, I don't want to be negative, you can't take away from the high school football game. That's important too. That makes young men.
That's so true.
That establishes toughness. So... You got to do the migrant stuff too, though. You got to do a little bit of migrant stuff.
A little bit of both.
Okay.
All right, our last clip, our Pure Americana clip of the week, which could have been the last clip, but it's actually this clip. This is at Taylor University. They have a tradition, I think before the last game, where they sing Silent Night.
In costumes.
Cool.
Yeah, it's a good tradition. I think they do it in the last 2 minutes of the game or something, right? And imagine it's like a nail biter coming down to the wire. They're just singing.
It's kind of like a mind fuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where you're like, if you saw that and you're playing the last 2 minutes of a game and they're singing a song, you'd think you're in a dream.
Yeah, you start glitching out. Doesn't make sense.
All right. Let's do some shout outs.
Okay.
Happy birthday to Vic on December 10th. She introduced the show to the Dirt Wizard, and he's been hooked ever since.
All right, happy birthday.
So thank you, Vic, for sharing the show, and thank you to the Dirt Wizard for sponsoring or watching.
Dirt Wizard?
And then sponsoring that shout-out.
What does he do? Move ground?
I don't know.
Bulldozes? He does dirt?
Shout out to this Christmas dog watching the show. He's in the Christmas spirit, and I think Christina is the dog owner.
Okay, shout out.
So thank you for the dog wearing the hat.
Turn around. Have him watch the show.
Yeah, what's he doing? What's he focused on besides the show?
Okay.
I'm actually mad about that.
All right.
Happy shout out to Jared Fanensteel. And he's been watching since the beginning, like of all time, like 8 years at this point. Him and Aaron are great people, and I'm happy they're getting married. And Jared's a huge watcher. He's been watching since like 2017.
Okay.
So thank you to you guys for watching, and congrats on getting married.
Thank you,
Very
Jared.
nice. And that's it.
Nice. Easy day.
Easy day. Thank you guys for watching all the way through. Make sure you stay for the song.
Yeah, say the N-word.
Say the N-word. Stay for the song.
We'll start a GoFundMe for you.
And we'll start a GoFundMe for you. Stay for the song. Helps the algo. Thank you guys for watching.
You know what's funny? Before you leave everybody out, what we did during the time when we got canceled, and remember early when they were canceling GoFundMes? We built our whole side parallel infrastructure, Give, Send, Go. You know, we use GoFundMe like we use the word Kleenex. But like we had all these canceled things where we were legitimately trying to raise money for people, and then now we're just giving it to Cinnabon N-word sayers. We've come a long way. The right? Fuck them. Fuck these people.
Yeah.
They wanted you dead for a long time.
That's so true.
So, sorry to hijack the end of the show. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you at Bonus Land tomorrow.
This uplifting gold and fleck his pets getting trolled. Coming up to brighten your day. The only way the show can be defined. The best news podcast of all time. Best to keep the P.O. box full. We won't stop till the world is rid of all the pickles. If more Fleckers content is what you demand, then just make sure you're sub to bonus land. Fleckers talks, give it up to the world's best host. Fleckers talks, choose the ongoing tickle the post. The only way the show can be defined. The best news podcast of all time. We're watching old episodes. Yeah, watching old episodes. Fleckers talks, buying shit coins and trading stocks. Fleckers talks, we're still kicking over stacked rocks. The only way the show can be defined. The best news podcast of all time. Words are just words until action actually starts. Fleckers talks, and actions speak louder than words. Fleckers talks.
Keep the faith, summon hope, and get back up and remember who in the hell we are. We're the United States of America.
Wait, what you mean? What you mean, what?